This week in U.S. immigration news, we are going to cover: Biden is still separating immigrant kids from their families. Produce industry leaders sound off on critical need for immigration reform. Republican-led states seek to stop U.S. from ending Title 42 border expulsions. More than 5,500 children, including breastfeeding infants, were forcibly separated from their parents during the Trump administration's family separation policy, which began as a pilot program in El Paso in early 2017. On June 20, 2018, former President Donald Trump signed an executive order directing Department of Homeland Security officials to stop separating families, but the practice continued. In 2019, the Texas Civil Rights Project documented 272 cases of family separation. Most of those cases, 223, were extended family members, including siblings, aunts, uncles or grandparents, or legal guardians or step-parents. In January 2020, Customs and Border Protection established select criteria under which children can in fact be separated from their families. Immigration authorities may only do so if they deem the parent unfit, if the parent is going to be prosecuted for a felony, if the parent is hospitalized, or other specific circumstances. The incoming Biden administration promised to stop such separations for good and offer reparations for the previous administration's harms. Immigration officials have continued to separate parents and children in violation of the policy. From the start of the new administration to August 2022, the latest month for which data has been published, U.S. authorities have reported at least 372 cases of family separation. The fruit and vegetable industry employs 2.2 million workers in all 50 states and added nearly $340 billion to the national output in 2022. Without immigration reform that ensures ongoing access to a skilled, dedicated workforce, crops can't grow, or scale, or continue meeting consumer demand. Labor shortages have an impact on the supply of fresh fruit and vegetables produced in the U.S. Farmers can only grow what they can pick. Our current immigration system is shackling our ability to increase food production in the United States because our growers are unsure if they will have the workers they need to plant, grow, and harvest crops. Some farms have gone out of business because they can't get the workers they need. Congress needs to consider the Bipartisan Farm Workforce Modernization Act, which passed the House of Representatives in 2021 because immigration reform is a kitchen table issue for consumers and the number one concern to the consumer right now is inflation. 15 states with Republican attorneys general filed a motion in federal court late Monday seeking to prevent the termination of a pandemic-era order that allows U.S. border authorities to quickly expel migrants on public health grounds. Arizona, Louisiana, Alabama, Alaska, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Nebraska, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia and Wyoming asked U.S. Judge Emmett Sullivan of the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. to allow them to intervene in a lawsuit over the migrant expulsion policy, known as Title 42. First authorized by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, in March of 2020 during the Trump administration, Title 42 has allowed the U.S. to expel migrants over 2.4 million times to Mexico or their home countries, without allowing them to request asylum, government data show. Earlier this month, Sullivan declared Title 42 unlawful, finding that the federal government had not properly enacted or explained the border expulsions. Sullivan gave the Biden administration 5 weeks until December 21 to stop expelling migrants under Title 42. He said he was doing so reluctantly, so officials could prepare for the policy shift. Fiscal year 2022, federal officials along the southern border stopped migrants nearly 2.4 million times, an all-time high. Over 1 million of those border encounters led to the expulsion of migrants under Title 42. Customs and Border Protection statistics show. Last month, the U.S. expanded Title 42, expelling thousands of Venezuelan migrants to Mexico as part of an effort to deter an unprecedented wave of Venezuelan migration to the southern border.
Friends, show us some love and smash the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you have an immigration problem or need a second opinion because you cannot get a hold of your own lawyer, schedule a meeting with our team. Share information with our CARES team and they will help you get scheduled with our legal team. Now here's a secret code to unlock the free 15 minutes.